Welcome back to our TAE certification training series. Today, we'll delve into the technical aspects of a system under test and why they are essential when designing a test automation architecture. Think of the TAA as the backbone of our testing process, and to build it effectively, we need to pay close attention to these technical considerations. The technical considerations of the SUT we'll be discussing today are interfaces of the SUT, SUT data, SUT configurations, SUT standards and legal settings, tools and tool environments used to develop the SUT, and test interfaces in the software product. Now, these are not a complete list of all possible technical considerations, but it will give you a solid understanding of the key elements that come into play. So let's review these technical considerations one by one and explore an example as well to gain a better understanding. So before we start, let's first have a look as an example scenario which we'll be using today. So imagine you are a part of a team tasked with creating an e-commerce platform called TechShop. This platform aims to revolutionize online tech shopping. Okay, now let's start with our first technical consideration, which is interfaces of the SUT. Okay, so an SUT has two types of interfaces: internal, which is inside the system, and external to the system environment or users. So we need to make sure that the test automation architecture can control and observe these interfaces, making them testable. Sometimes it's crucial to log these interactions, including timestamps, but right from the start of the project, or in case of agile environments, continuously, we need to focus on verifying that necessary test interfaces and facilities are available. And this ensures that the system under test is designed with testability in mind, preventing issues later. Okay, now let's have a look at our example. So our example scenario of the tech shop. Now let's see that what's the importance for this technical consideration. So tech shop has numerous interfaces, both internal and external. Internally, it interfaces with the product database, payment gateways, and inventory management systems. Externally, it interacts with customers through the website or mobile app. Early in the project, it's essential to ensure that the necessary test interfaces and facilities are available. This includes verifying that customer registration, product search, and payment processing workflows are designed for testability. Now let's have a look at the consequences if this is neglected. So inadequate testing of these interfaces could lead to issues like payment failures, incorrect product availability, or a frustrating user experience, which will be resulting in lost sales, and it will also be having a bad effect at the brand on the brand reputation as well. So without early verification, critical functions may be untestable, leading to late discovery of issues, costly rework, and delays in launching TechShop. Okay, let's have a look now at the next one, which is SUT data. The system under test relies on different types of data like configuration, user data, and external data. We must ensure that all these data types should be definable, configurable, and capable of instantiation by the test automation architecture. Now, being definable ensures that we can precisely describe and specify the data for testing purposes. Now, when we come to configurable, that means that we can adapt and tailor the data to suit different test scenarios, which allows versatility in testing. And finally, capable of instantiation by the test automation architecture. This signifies that the TAA can create instances of this data as needed during testing. Now, how we handle this data can vary from parameters to test databases or real data and more. The specific method we use depends on our testing requirements. Now, this flexibility enables us to conduct thorough testing, ensuring that the system under test performance and functionality are rigorously evaluated. Now, let's have a look at our example for SUT data. Now, the importance would be that the tech shop relies on various data types, including product details, customer profiles, and order history. All of this data must be definable and configurable for testing. Now, the consequences if neglected. Now, neglecting data management can result in problems such as incorrect product descriptions, billing errors, or data leaks, which can potentially harm customer trust and business integrity. Moving on to SUT configurations. A system under test may be used in various configurations such as different operating systems, devices, or languages. The test automation architecture needs to be prepared to handle these variations in testing. This could involve different test setups or even simulators and emulators for specific aspects. These adaptations help us create specific testing conditions that closely match how the SUT will be used in the real world. Okay, now let's discuss the example scenario. For SUT configurations, the importance would be that the platform should adapt to different configurations such as regional pricing, shipping options, and tax regulations. So these are few of them. The TAA should address these variations when testing. And the consequences, if these are neglecting different configurations, they may lead to tech shop malfunctioning in specific regions or failing to comply with local regulations, and potentially it will lead to legal issues. The next one is SUT standards and legal settings. So beyond technical aspects, we must also consider legal and standards requirements. Examples include privacy requirements for test data and confidentiality rules affecting logging and reporting by the TAA. By including these legal and standards rules in our TAA design, we make sure that our testing process follows these important rules, keeping data safe and following the law as well. Example importance. Compliance with legal and industry standards is vital. So this includes adhering to data protection laws, PCI DSS standards, and consumer right regulations. So if you don't know what is PCI DSS, it stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, and it's like a set of rules and guidelines that companies that handle any payment card information they must follow. Okay, now let's have a look at the consequences if neglected. So ignoring legal and compliance requirements could result in regulatory fines, legal actions, and erosion of customer trust if data breaches or legal violations occur. The next one is tools and tool environments. So as we progress with the development of our system under test, a spectrum of tools comes into play, each serving specific functions from requirements engineering to design, coding, integration, and deployment. At the same time, our test automation architecture has its own set of tools designed for testing. To make sure everything works well together, it's essential for our TAA to match up with the tools used in the system under test. This means making sure that the tools can work together, keeping track of what we have done and using helpful pieces of work we have done before. By paying close attention to how the SUT and TAA tools fit together, we can improve the accuracy and efficiency of our testing process, making it more organized and connected. If we have a look at the example, the importance is throughout development and operation, various tools are used for testing, analytics, and customer support. The TAA should ensure compatibility with these tools. Consequences if neglected: incompatibility with essential tools can hamper monitoring, analytics, and timely customer support, potentially leading to customer dissatisfaction and also loss in sales. And the last one for today, test interfaces in the software product. It is strongly recommended not to remove all the test interfaces before releasing the product. Usually these interfaces can stay within the system under test without causing problems in the final product. When we keep these interfaces, our service and support teams can use them to diagnose issues and test maintenance updates, making our products better. Of course, we do need to make sure that these interfaces they do not create any security problems, and if needed, developers can turn off these test interfaces outside of the development department. So by striking this balance, we ensure that our products remain robust and secure while facilitating effective post-release support and maintenance. Having a look at our example, retaining test interfaces within the platform can facilitate post-launch support and issue resolution. These interfaces can assist support teams in diagnosing and resolving problems efficiently. And consequences if neglected: removing test interfaces may slow down issue resolution and decrease customer satisfaction as support teams struggle to diagnose and rectify the issues promptly. Now, using TechShop as our e-commerce platform example, we can see how these technical considerations are essential in creating a robust, reliable, and customer-friendly online shopping experience for customers. To summarize, understanding these technical considerations is vital when building a test automation architecture for an SUT. It ensures that our testing process is efficient, it's comprehensive, and it's compliant with legal and industry standards. Keep these points in mind as you embark on your testing journey. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next session of our series. Until then, take care and happy testing.